What's up, Magic Knights? It's Drunzer Gigs, and this is really, really exciting news. I've been waiting for this. Licht is one of my favorite mages from Black Clover. I'm always in love with the villains of any series, for those of you guys that don't know. But your eyes don't deceive you. He is green. It's so crazy to think that, like, green is almost not really around. Like you have like Mimosa, I guess, but all of your really strong characters are actually not green. So you got blue Yami and red Yami, obviously. Seasonal Astas red, I believe. I guess William's green, but this guy is an attacker. Licht is insane, and I mean he's an insane character in general. So definitely watch the anime or read the manga because he is so cool. He comes off kind of like bland at the start when they first introduce him. You're like, oh, he's just a foil for Yami, and he has a sad backstory, but he gets a lot better over the course of the series. And there's I won't say what it is, but there's a plot twist that's really cool. Um, so we're just kind of gonna talk about him in this video for you guys. This is his skills. He's got some pretty cool ones. I went ahead and screenshotted these three pictures, but you guys can find them on the Twitter. I linked it in the description. It's got like the news, and then there's also the Discord. So make sure you guys join that if you'd like to, because there's some pretty cool stuff going on. And I also put my videos down in the media tab as well. So Licht is going to be an attacker. He's going to be basically a crit rate focused mage, and that's really cool because there aren't any green attacking mages that are that color and that also focus on green. But I'm kind of concerned because he's almost instantly going to be a must pick because of the fact he's crit rate and he's green. So you can put him on a team with blue Yami and red Yami, or like blue Yami and red Oster or something like that, right? And he'll be very strong, and it's going to make your team even stronger than it might have been, because I think that if you pair him with blue Yami or red Yami, and then you get like maybe Finral Lotus, I think it's going to be a very strong team for PvP. And so I think he's going to basically be a must summon. I'm going to pretty much put that out there right away. He's got some really awesome magic. I'm really interested to see what they're going to do. This is my first time looking at this. Unidentified Licht's Vision. So it deals damage to a single enemy. Attack after applying the level 3 critical rate increase buff effect to yourself. That's pretty self-explanatory. It looks like that's probably going to be his basic attack. And then he has... that's the same one. Okay. I may have messed up the screenshots because they do look different, but this is the same skill. So not really sure how that works. They are translating things like as we speak. So that is something to keep in mind. So this looks like it's going to be maybe his active skill. You can see on the right there that they are different, but they look very similar, these two. So Ray of Light is really cool, and we'll talk about that after we talk about Licht's Vision. So the basic attack is going to be what I'm going to focus on right now, because Licht is more than likely going to have insane speed. I think William is the fastest right now for how fast they attack and like when they get their turns. So usually if you have William on your team, you hit first, if I'm not mistaken. But I can almost guarantee you he's going to be the fastest in the game when he launches, just because he has light magic, honestly. Like, even if they were like, we're trying to balance him or whatever, that's like a given, because light magic is fast. It's the fastest in the verse, as far as I know. So it's pretty much guaranteed he's going to be the fastest mage, if not top 3 in terms of speed. So he's going to be a must summon just for that reason alone. So there's a lot of reasons that Licht is going to be good. So I want to make this video a little bit shorter for you guys. I know some of you guys don't enjoy my 20-minute videos, so we're going to trim it down a little bit. But this is his other active ability. and it's called Judgment Light Whip. Super, super cool in the anime. One of my favorite magic attacks because it's just so hectic and so like haphazard. Like it really is super cool how he uses this magic attack. And I'm really excited to see how it goes in game. I assume it's going to be an AoE. It doesn't look like it says it deals damage to a single enemy, but that would mean that he has he does have one AoE. Never mind. So anyway, looks like it's a single enemy, but the animation for this is pretty much going to go crazy. All his animations are going to be top notch. His magic is really something unique in Black Clover in general, but I think especially for the characters that we have in the roster right now. So I'd imagine he's an SSR. I didn't look, but I mean you can guess. I think that all of the Magic Knights that they give us, all the mages, are going to start at SSR. I don't think they're going to give us any UR units, because then I'd imagine their rates are going to be abysmal and it'll be so hard to pull for them, even for some pay-to-win players. But he attacks after applying the level 2 critical rate buff to yourself, and then attack after applying the level 2 defense penetration buff to yourself. So he's going to not only have a crit rate on both of his abilities right here. One's level 3, and then the other is just a level 2. But he also has the level 2 defense penetration. So when somebody's running like Mars or something, it's going to penetrate the armor that he's giving his allies and himself. So he's going to shred through any defensive mages that you have on your team. And that's going to be huge. It's going to be really big for a lot of reasons, mainly because it's going to limit who you can pick if somebody has a Licht team. So I think that this is actually going to be a good thing. And the reason is because in PvP, what it means is that instead of just going, oh, you have this combo, this combo, this combo, and it's like the same 4 mages all the time because they're the strongest, you're actually going to get some counterplay involved. So if I pick Licht, he might not be as crazy good as Blue Yami, for instance, but by picking Licht, the rest of his team is nullified if he has a Blue Yami, and it will enable counterplay in PvP in a way that we haven't seen yet. And I know the game just came out, so it's not necessarily crazy that they're going to do this, but I think in terms of longevity and health for the game, it's going to be very awesome. It buffs his attack for 3 turns, really huge. And this attack buff and magic buff for the first one, it looks like is only going to be for 1 turn as far as I can tell. But definitely keep an eye on this because they could change a lot of the words and stuff like that, and he could still be changed before he comes out. I would say, I think it's about a week. A week from now is when you should be seeing him. So hopefully Global is going to start out the same, if that makes sense. So they're going to start in the same area as Japan is right now, and then they're going to be like 2 weeks behind, because I think it's going to be very bad for the game if they try to cram everything in and catch up to where JP and Korea are, because a lot of people are going to not be able to afford some of the characters that they want if they're all combined into one area. But we're going to go ahead and look at his final ability here. The Unidentified Licht Vision Ray of Light. This is really awesome. It's an AoE, right? This is his special move. So this is the ultimate, right, that you guys are going to see when he uses ultimate. It's going to affect everybody. And if you guys have seen the anime, I'll just tell you what it is because you'll see him when he comes into the game. Or if you watch the anime, it's not really spoilery. But basically, he gathers up a whole bunch of light magic around him in an orb and then fires it. And I won't spoil what happens, but there's an ingenious way that the good magic knights that are in the area counter this ability, which is really cool. But the ability itself is just an immense amount of magic power. And it also, if you look here, applies the attack level 3 crit rate increase to Licht. Now, the attack 80%, magic 80%. So it looks like this is more about building that crit rate for him. If you guys have noticed, when you put your mages on auto, all of your magic knights will do their ultimate almost right away if they're on auto. So for purposes of getting that crit rate right away, I think it's going to be really strong. I think it's going to be a very good opener, especially when he's paired with Yami, because Yami's really good at single target damage, and this will basically make them play together really well. And I think he's going to play even better than Jack does with Yami, because Jack's really reliant on a lot of buffs from his teammates, and Licht is going to be giving those buffs to himself. So he's going to be kind of giving a trade-off from team synergy for very high single target damage, which I think is going to lend him really well to teams with maybe a second Yami or a Finral, for instance. Finral's really strong right now, if you guys don't know. But these are the 3 abilities that Licht has. I'm really excited to see him in the game. I don't know if I'm going to pull him or not. We'll see, because I am free to play on Japan. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to get him or not when he first comes out. So in Global, I'm pulling for all these guys. I'm going to get them all. So don't worry about that. Keep your eyes out for Global. It's coming out in a little over a month or so. But for JP, we are strictly free to play. So unfortunately, I may not get him. I may have to see if you can try him out a certain way, or save up my gems and tickets and stuff like that. So I'm going to try, but no promises, because being free to play is a little bit difficult right now. I'm trying to save up for Global when it comes out, because it's going to burn through my wallet real quick. And Licht is definitely one you guys need to pick up. If you're just starting the game and you see this video, hold off on summoning anybody except for the seasonals if you'd like to. I'd make sure you get either Yami or Asta from the seasonal, and then make sure you have William or Lotus from the SSRs when you get your free pull. And then I would go for Licht when he comes out, because he's really strong. I know a lot of people have been sleeping on Radies. He's like a defensive mage in the game, which I found very interesting. But I think Licht is going to be even stronger than any of the Midnight Sun, and hopefully they don't do what they did in Phantom Knights, because the Eye of the Midnight Sun was really strong, and those 3 mages, Fauna and them, they were just so strong that you had to have them on your team, and I'm hoping they don't do that. I'm hoping they keep some of these new mages that they're releasing not necessarily weak, but more balanced, because while he's going to be a must summon, I want the same caliber of Magic Knights to come from them in the future. So I think Licht is going to be the benchmark for what all upcoming Magic Knights are going to be judged on going forward in the future. So he's definitely the benchmark Magic Knight to see. Well, he's not a Magic Knight, mage. He's definitely the benchmark to see, and he's going to be really, really good. And I think a lot of people are going to get him, even if he doesn't seem very strong at the beginning, because Licht has been good in all of the Black Clover games that they've released. So those are kind of my thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys think, if you're going to summon for him or not. And who do you guys want to see next? Because there's a ton of mages that they can bring forth, and I'm not surprised they went with Licht, but I'm really interested to see who they go with in the future for the next summon banner. So that's the video, guys. Hopefully it's not too long for you, and make sure you drop comments, because we love Black Clover out here, and hopefully you guys do too. Peace out.